Hi, I'm Kenzie. Welcome back to my podcast. If you are just joining, welcome. Today we will be talking about my 19th Little Bear VHS birthday celebrations. This VHS includes a present from Mother Bear, Emily's birthday, Little Bear in the Ice Boat, and Emily's balloon. First, let's talk about a present from Mother Bear. This episode starts out with Father Bear icing a cake. Little Bear just woke up. He noticed the cake and tasted it. It was a perfect cake. He wanted some more, but Father Bear said that they want to make sure they have some left for Mother Bear's birthday party. Little Bear gasped. He had forgotten to give Mother Bear a birthday present. Then he had an idea. He could find one before the party starts. So the scene transitions to Little Bear outside. He was picking flowers for Mother Bear. The scene transitions to Little Bear with lots of flowers in his hands. He spotted Hen, who was looking for the wreath for the door. Hen noticed Little Bear's fragrant flowers, which would look divine on her table. Little Bear told her they were from Mother Bear, but Hen had another idea. She gave Little Bear a picture frame to give to Mother Bear. Then they were off to Little Bear's house for the birthday party. The scene transitions to Little Bear and Hen hearing something. It was Owl trying to get his guitar to work. He noticed Little Bear's present for Mother Bear and took it to frame the view. He then showed Little Bear the beads he strung together to make a necklace. He told him to take it because it was an even trade. The scene transitions to Little Bear, Hen, and Owl walking to Little Bear's house when Duck arrived with a huge blue sweater that the duckling's mother made for her. The thing was, it was too big, and blue wasn't really Duck's color. So Little Bear helped her take it off. Duck then noticed the pretty necklace which she always wanted. Little Bear sighed. Mother Bear does like blue. It would have to do. The scene transitions to Little Bear, Hen, Owl, and Duck walking to Little Bear's house when the wool got caught. Cat entered the scene wondering what Little Bear was holding. That's when Little Bear noticed that Mother Bear's gift unraveled. Cat thought a ball of wool was a wonderful gift, but Little Bear couldn't give Mother Bear that for her birthday. Cat loved wool and said that he would trade it for a wreath. He found it at Hen's house. Hen angrily thanked Cat for finding the wreath, but Cat told her he was trading it for the ball of yarn. Little Bear asked her if she would like to trade the wool for the wreath, but Hen wondered what she would need wool for. Duck asked to trade the necklace for the wreath. Cat wondered what he would do with the necklace. Owl thought the necklace was wonderful, but he was glad he traded it for the picture frame, which was Duck's. As everyone was arguing, Little Bear sighed. He thought he was never going to give Mother Bear something for her birthday. Then he had an idea. As he thought of something, the scene transitions to Father Bear blowing up a balloon. It deflated when Little Bear arrived. Mother Bear was in the bedroom. She heard voices and then, surprise! Everyone was there. Owl played a little tune on his fixed guitar, and everyone cheered. Then everyone gave Mother Bear the gifts. Hen gave her a wreath, Owl gave her a picture frame, Duck gave her a necklace, Cat gave her a bar of wool, and Little Bear gave her the flowers he picked. The flowers were the perfect gift. Little Bear hugged her. Father Bear was afraid the cake wasn't so perfect, but Mother Bear thought it would look delicious. She blew out the candle, and everyone wished her a happy birthday. Little Bear tasted the cake and thought it was delicious. And that's how the episode ends. Now let's talk about the episode as a whole. I feel like this episode was a classic finding a perfect present episode. Everyone wants things to be perfect, including me. I am a perfectionist after all. But at the end of the day, it's nice to know that not everything has to be perfect. The only gift you need is great friends and love. All in all, it's a classic episode. Now let's talk about Emily's birthday. This episode starts out with Little Bear carrying balloons and a present for Emily's birthday. She was turning 7, and Little Bear was going to be the first one to wish her a happy birthday. Granny and Tutu were there to greet him. Granny was making a cake for the special occasion. Emily was still sleeping, though. It turned out Little Bear was at her house early. He was about to wake Emily up, but Granny asked if he would like to lick the spoon instead. She even gave Tutu the bowl to lick out of. Then Emily entered the scene with a new dress she and Lucy were wearing. She looked all grown up in the new dress. Little Bear thought she didn't look all grown up. I mean, she was only 7 years old. Emily mentioned that today she was only 7, but next year she'll be 8, then 9, then 10. Little Bear thought she didn't want to be those ages, but Emily thought of course she did. Then Emily noticed all the balloons and placed them all over the house. She wondered what game they should play. Little Bear liked egg and spoon races. So did Emily, so they decided on that game. All of a sudden, Lucy floated away. Little Bear tried to save her, but he couldn't reach. Emily could, though, because she was taller. Little Bear was a little disappointed. Then a knock on the door was heard. More party guests. Duck, Hen, Cat, Owl, and Mitzi arrived. The scene transitions to Emily putting on party hats for everyone. The granny thought now would be a good time to play egg and spoon race. The scene transitions to Mitzi and Owl going against each other. All of a sudden, Owl dropped the egg, but Cat saved it. Mitzi dropped her egg too, and it landed on the floor. Good thing the eggs were hard-boiled. Then it was time for the birthday girl to blow out the candles from the cake. But first, Granny gave Emily one kiss for 1 year. It's a tradition. Everyone counted as Granny kissed Emily 7 times. As she was about to give her one more kiss to grow on, Little Bear stopped them. He didn't want Emily to grow up because if Emily grew up, then she would go away and Little Bear would never see her again. I mean, after all, Emily is already older and taller than Little Bear. But Granny mentioned to him that he was growing too. Emily told him that they'll both grow up together. Granny said that wasn't going to happen for a long, long time. Little Bear and Emily were in no hurry, but Mitzi was in a hurry to have some cake. As Emily's friends told her to blow out the candles, Little Bear told them to wait because he wanted to give Emily her present. He told her to close her eyes and to not peek. He gave her the present. Emily opened her eyes. Little Bear told her to open it. He helped. The present was a locket. As Emily was about to blow out the candles, Little Bear told her to wait again and to look inside the locket. Inside were pictures of Little Bear and Emily. Emily thought it was wonderful. She put the locket around her neck to remind her that they will always be together, no matter how much they grow up. As Emily was getting ready to blow out the candles again, she said, "Wait!" She just wanted some help. So Little Bear and Emily both blew out the candles. Everyone wished her a happy birthday, and Little Bear and Emily tasted the cake. And that's how the episode ends. Now let's talk about the episode as a whole. I feel like this episode was heartwarming. I mean, I needed this episode because it taught me that growing up takes a long time, and then you'll still have your family and friends by your side. All in all, it's a good episode. Now let's talk about Little Bear and the Ice Boat. This episode starts out with Little Bear and Grandfather Bear ice fishing. They weren't having much luck, though. Then Little Bear realized he didn't have a present for his grandfather yet. But Grandfather Bear thanked him because he had everything he needed. The one thing he always wanted, though, was to go sailing on his birthday, but he couldn't do that in the cold and with the water covered in ice. That's when Little Bear had an idea. They could make an ice boat. So Little Bear and Grandfather Bear went down to the basement cellar. Grandfather Bear had a lot of stuff down there. He liked to tinker, after all. Anyway, Little Bear got the stuff they needed to make an ice boat. While they were doing that, Grandmother Bear entered the scene wondering what they were doing. She then told them she was making a cake for later. The scene transitions to Little Bear and Grandfather Bear putting Mother Bear's ice skates that Little Bear found earlier onto the boat. Little Bear decided to paint something on the sail. He asked for help on writing Happy Birthday. The scene then transitions to Little Bear and Grandfather Bear taking the ice boat outside. They needed one more thing, the fish lantern. That would be the mascot. It would bring them good luck. Little Bear asked Grandfather Bear if ice boats are fast. Grandfather Bear told him it all depends on the wind. The problem was there wasn't any wind. Little Bear rubbed the mascot to bring them some wind. It was working. They hoisted the sail. It rode Happy Birthday. Then they cast off. Mother Bear, Grandmother Bear, and Father Bear were seen watching the ice boat go. Little Bear and Grandfather Bear were having the time of their lives. The scene transitions to everyone inside. It was time for cake. Little Bear asked if Grandfather Bear was going to make a wish. Grandfather Bear told him he got his wish, and it was the best birthday ever because he went sailing on his birthday. Then he and Little Bear blew out the candles together and smiled at each other. And that's how the episode ends. Now let's talk about the episode as a whole. I feel like this episode was very unique. I mean, how often do you see an ice boat and people riding on one? That's all I have to say about this. All in all, it's a good episode. Now let's talk about Emily's balloon. This is the story of how Emily moved to the forest to be closer to her friends. This episode starts out with Hen about to blow out the candles because it was her birthday. Her friends asked if they could each have a little wish. Hen said that she supposed, but she gets to blow out all the candles. So everyone got a chance to make a wish and Hen blew out the candles. Everyone cheered and Cat blew out one of the candles. I guess that was his wish. The scene transitions to everyone eating cake when Hen had a present for each of them. Balloons! There was one for each of them. Cat took the green one, but it broke. Little Bear asked who the orange balloon was for. Hen said that the orange one was for Emily, but she couldn't come. She lived too far away. Hen believed that someday she'll move to the forest. Little Bear asked if he could have the orange balloon. Hen said of course. The scene transitions to everyone leaving Hen's house and wishing her a happy birthday. Little Bear was seen walking home when a strong wind blew. He held on to the balloons. The scene transitions to Mother Bear making something as Little Bear entered the scene. He explained that the party was fun and that Hen let them each have a wish. Mother Bear noticed the 2 balloons. Little Bear explained the orange one was for Emily. He decided to mail it to her, but the balloon was too big for the mailbox. The wind blew it away. Little Bear went to catch it. All of a sudden, both the orange and purple balloons blew away. After some chasing, he finally caught them. The balloons took Little Bear to Emily's house. He tried to say hello, but the wind blew him away from the house. He said goodbye. He told the orange balloon he couldn't go to Emily's house, but it can. He told it to tell her he misses her and that he wished she lived closer. The scene transitions to Mother Bear coming into Little Bear's room. He had a letter from Emily. It said that Emily found an orange balloon which made her think of her best friend Little Bear. And she had great news. She and Lucy were moving with her grandmother in the forest. They will live right near him. Little Bear's wish had come true. He laughed as he played with his purple balloon. And that's how the episode ends. Now let's talk about the episode as a whole. I feel like this episode was one of the most emotional episodes I can think of. I mean, it was like a roller coaster. There was a party, which was fun. Then a strong wind blew. Little Bear played with the 2 balloons. The wind blew away from Emily's house. Finally, Emily told him in a letter that she was moving to the forest. That's why I feel like it is emotional and a roller coaster. All in all, it's still a good episode. So yeah, that's birthday celebrations. If you would like to play again, just go back to the beginning of this episode. See you next time. Bye!